I realized this entire time I haven't been looking at you guys. I've been looking at myself. I am so sorry. I have a nephew to spoil, so subscribe. Every path that didn't work out is a path closer to the one that you're truly meant to be on. Now, never, never. I do not want to go there. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to start over. I don't want to earn a salary. I want to be paying salaries. Black family ties. I don't even know how to explain it, child. I really, really don't. Because I have a nephew. I may sound crazy, but whoop-de-doo. Baby Vogue, I'm coming for you, honey. One day. I cannot believe I am here. Okay, hold on. I have to sit up straight. Hello, gorgeous people. Hello, my little peanuts. Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited Opinions. I am beaming because it's the podcast's first birthday. Happy birthday, Unsolicited Opinions! It's been a year since I've been doing this. Secondly, I found a way to use this handle that I've been like keeping for a long time because I didn't have the road insert, but I made a plan. An Alkaman Maka plan. There's a way. And I really wanted to use this because it looks absolutely professional. And on top of that, obviously the location has changed. Hold on. This couch is not centered and it's bothering me. Just give me a second. OMG. We have a little space to talk about this. Today's episode is mainly just about like reflection of the past year. Like, oh my gosh. I hope you guys are doing well and all that stuff. I'll just put like a little click link, something here for all the social medias and stuff, like in the link in the bio. I cannot believe I am here, like filming in here. I didn't even know that this room existed like this. I thought it was just like a boardroom or something, which is like next door. But like, no, I need to use my resources and make this as amazing as possible just for you guys. And the part that's also making me kind of shy is the fact that there's like a whole glass window in front of me and the people could see like from there in here. And this, I decided to come here because I want to overcome that shyness. Because like, so what if people are watching me? Like, I'm a freaking model for top co-models. Shyness is not a thing. But shyness behind that camera is actually like, for shyness behind the camera doesn't really like bother me. Cause like I don't have it is what I mean. I don't really get shy behind the camera like when I'm on a shoot for set or anything like that, because it's taking pictures, bro. I love my job. Taking professional pictures, posing and stuff like that. And baby Vogue, I'm coming for you, honey. One day. One day. One day. One day. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the pod's first episode on its birthday. No. The pod's first birthday episode. Here we go. The pod's first birthday episode. It's been a year. I feel like I should talk about the beginning of how this all like started out for me, why I wanted to even start this podcast. I can't even tell you why. And that's kind of how I know I'm being led by God. I may sound crazy, but whoop-de-doo. I'm not. But I have this like section in my notes. It's called Future. And in that folder, it just has a whole bunch of notes where I jot down any ideas. And I've been doing that since I was like 16, 17. And around that time when I was 16, 17, just like ideas just kept flooding and flooding and flooding and kept coming in and coming in and coming in. And one of those ideas was to have something called Unsolicited Opinions. I remember it. And it was a podcast idea. I just wrote it down and it was basically collecting dust in my notes. Then, after a while, came across the podcast. What was it called? Know for Sure, where it was B Simone and Megan Ashley before they split up, and someone that I knew at the time and I like we had this dream of this podcast thing, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I had this idea in my notes, and then I put it in there, and then I shared this idea with her, and it just didn't really come into fruition. I don't want to say it didn't work out, but it didn't come into fruition. It wasn't something that I would say that we were serious about. And after some time, I remember I was like shopping on Take a Lot. I'm a shopaholic like my mother. Thanks, mom. So whoever's gonna marry me, please understand that I will break your bank account. So make sure that it's large so you don't feel it when I'm spending on a Birkin for me and my mom, and then like I don't know, a freaking toy Range Rover for my nephew. I have a nephew now. We have so much to catch up on. Like I'm like there's just so much to talk about. But um I was shopping on Take a Lot. And then I just saw a microphone. I don't even know what made me buy the microphone because I wasn't even into content creation. Like I was not into content creation at all. Like on my TikTok, on my Instagram, like I was just a pictures girl on my Instagram. I just post pictures, no videos or content of any kind, like at all. So I don't even know why I bought the mic, but I bought the mic and it was just sitting in my wardrobe for a while. And I remember, excuse me, if you go to season 1, episode 1, you will see me in my room with a black hoodie on because I remember that very night I was like, I need to film something. I just felt so compelled to film something and make this podcast thing happen. Make it, instead of an idea, have it actually come into fruition. I love filming here. I feel so professional. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I just decided to shoot that episode and then I edited it and then I posted it. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I just really, that just feels like God, that an idea that I had, like, I'm 21 now. 4 years ago is like something that I'm doing right now. Like God really be planting those seeds and dreams in your head, and we're gonna really talk about that because it's just like whoa. And now we're here and it's a year old. Now I was so excited to say nephew because I have a nephew. I was always an aunt, right? But the family dynamics of that, hey, black families, I don't even know how to explain that dynamic to you. But like I have a cousin who's way older than me, like Kimane. But according to family ties, she's my cousin. And therefore her children are my niece and nephew. But they would be equivalent to cousins if we're gonna, like, he's older than me by like a year, but he's my nephew. But my niece, his sister, is like younger. So I guess that kind of makes sense. But black family ties, I don't even know how to explain the child. I really, really don't. I really don't. Maybe it's just an age thing. Like I really don't, but love them down. And I don't disregard them. And also like other nieces and nephews that I have like outside, like extended family is basically what I'm saying. Yes, I do have nieces and nephews. But I am talking about the person I was raised with, the person I was fighting with every day in my childhood. He's a dad. Ugh. He has a baby boy. I could tell the world about this. He has a baby boy and it's my nephew. He's the cutest little thing ever and he looks exactly like my brother. I know he's a newborn, like he's a couple hours old. But he looks like my brother. Like my mom's genes, oh, they came in clutch because my brother's a good mixture of actually his dad and my mom, but like the eyes, my mom's eye genes, I look like my mom, like copy paste. So her genes like are very strong, and that kind of gives me hope. Like when I have kids, when I have a daughter or daughters, whatever God gives me, in terms of girls specifically though, I want to look like I had that baby by myself. I was telling this to my best friend yesterday, like I want to look like I had those girls by myself. The sons, you can be mixed masala between dad and me or dad. Don't really mind, I'm not too picky. But the girls, because it will look so cool because my grandmother, my mom and me, we basically look exactly the same. We're basically copy paste version of each other. So now imagine what it would look like when it's four generations that look exactly the same. That'll be so cool. And I would love to take a picture like that and like have it framed because that's just like the coolest concept ever. But yeah, I have a nephew. So this is why I need to like start. Ugh, there's so much I want to talk about. Let's start with the nephew and then we'll talk about dreams. Those are the two things I want to talk about. Like I'm just so happy that I'm like an auntie for real. Like but whew, finding out that my brother is like officially a dad, like he has a son. He has a kid. Like half of his DNA is in that human being. A human being like is his, you know? And having that happen, I remember thinking about it and I was just like, whoa. Like it put so much into perspective and it definitely changed my brain chemistry. It changed my brain chemistry because I'm just like, this is really the decade of my life where I could have a kid too, where I could get married. Like I'm adulting. I'm adulting. I'm adulting and I'm adulting. Like my mind sometimes doesn't fully realize and conceptualize the fact that I I'm an adult. I'm a young adult, but I'm an adult. And I'm going to grow into a full adult living by myself, taking care of myself, building my empire, building on my dreams. And it just made me think like I would always envision myself as this rich auntie. Always. And I have to be that rich auntie now. Like the baby's here. Like it's not even just an idea of, oh, this kind of like I want to be somebody that my nieces and nephews, in terms of the kids that my brother has, look up to. Is I don't think that's a bad thing to aspire to be. Like I want to be someone that people can look up to. I hold myself to a very high regard and I have a lot of big expectations of myself and I want to execute. And I know that I am capable because I am. And him being born really accelerated the activation of like pouring into my dreams. Speaking of dreams, you should be a big dreamer. Dream big every single time. Do not be a dim dreamer. Don't dream small and think realistic. Something I hate is when people say, be realistic. I hate it. I hate it when people say that when someone is communicating their dreams, like, and then you say be realistic. Like, what does what does that mean? Why are my dreams being diminished because I'm supposed to be realistic? But I feel as though that you should always with whatever idea that you have in your head, with whatever dream it is that you have in your head, with whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, it's been put in your head for a reason. And as long as you stay close to God, his visions will become your visions. His dreams and his plans for you will be embedded in you and your brain and be something that you it will be something that you want to achieve for yourself. So now if that seed has been planted in your head and it's been something that you think about or see for yourself, don't let it stay in your head and definitely don't allow people to diminish those dreams by saying be realistic. God is someone that is capable of things that are unrealistic. Like, if you think of any story in the Bible, it just seems like none of those things happened. Sulfur falling from the ground, a flood that literally wiped off everything off the earth. Like, all those things are just so I don't know the word for it, man, but they're just so like so unrealistic. Like those things sound like imaginary, like things that you would make up for a movie, a plot that you would make up for a movie. But it's God, and He works in His wondrous ways. Like He literally created the universe from His word, saying, "Let there be light." Boom. Let there be this. Boom. Even forming human beings and the complexities of the biology of our body, the anatomy of our body, just everything about our body is so complex. You have veins, you have blood cells, you have this ligament, you have that ligament, you have this joint, this, and then you have the nerves in your brain that move in different ways. Like there's just so much that's so complex about us, but we were made this way. You know what I mean? Like, don't allow your dreams to be made small. Let them be big. In fact, dream bigger. Be delusional. Like, be crazy. Like, if you say, I am going to be the best, I don't know, I'm going to be president one day. And Udra, I could say, and you come from somewhere, let's say that's like rough. Let's say you come from Alex in Gauteng. but you want to be the president of South Africa. Yes, you can be. Yes, you can be. If you look at most people in this world, Jay-Z is a good example that the only one I can think of right now. He used to be a guy from the hood, sold drugs, like was tied to that life of being in the hood. And normally when you think of like a poverty cycle, it's a cycle. Whether utra marayeng or whether utra kasi, you're expected to stick into the cycle because it's harder for you to reach certain points that other people may have it easier to achieve, you know? And he was the person who was like in that hood, but look at him now, he's a very, very, very wealthy and successful man. And nothing stopped him from achieving those particular things. Nobody told him any different, along with his wife. I'm pretty sure as a beautiful woman, there are people who maybe underestimate her, maybe thinking that, I don't know, she's not smart because she's pretty, or she has everything handed to her because she's pretty, or because, sorry, there was somebody coming in to clean. Excuse me. But that there's something. I always think about that, like how I have to build my empire, and how there's going to be people out there that think, oh, she's just a pretty face, she's not actually smart. I'm actually smart as fuck. Book smart, street smart, I'd like to think too. um and I'm beautiful. Like I think of that, the fact that I'm a woman. The world was built by a man. Almost a lot of industries that I want to enter into, except for modeling, are very male dominated. I don't know if the podcast industry is male dominated. I think that it's very unisex, but these industries that I want to enter that are very male dominated, and I feel like I'll be underestimated because I'm a woman. Do not underestimate me because I'm a woman. There's going to be people who think because I'm a pretty face with the level of success that I'm going to achieve, people are probably going to think that a man did that for me, or that I have a sugar daddy or some shit. And I'm going to tell you this right now while I'm still fresh and young and still here before leveling up to all sorts of levels. A man did not do nothing for me. I did that myself. I work hard, use my brain that I have to do the things that I want to do and need to do. Period. God and me are the only people that do this for me. It's so sad to me that some women will be accused of lying on their back or having a dick in their mouth just so that they could get to a certain level, because people think that their success is attributable to a man. Like a man made that happen. Like it's I'm pretty sure that's misogyny. Cause it's like, what the fuck? Why would you think something like that? Why would you say something like that and truly diminish the success and the hard work that a woman puts in? That's something that has to end. We are in the 21st century and we are at the end of 2025, coming to the end of 2025. That type of mentality and thinking should be left way back where the fuck it was, when they were suppressing women, which was ages ago, more than 21, because it was definitely before I was born. But dream big, be delusional, be delusional, be delusional. Dream so big that it seems unrealistic. Like this to my friend, where I'm like, dream big. Like, I'm your unicorn friend. When the sense of, if you tell me something as unrealistic as I saw a unicorn, baby, you saw a unicorn. You know what I mean? Like, don't put yourself in a box. Also, why do we put, well, not we, I'm not including myself, I don't put myself in that box, but why do people put themselves in this box? You confine yourself into the space where you don't even allow yourself to have any room to breathe or move or think or be or expand, because somebody has put you in this lane in this box because this is what they think you should be. I know my mom, this comes from a good place, obviously, but she has this idea that once I finish school, I must get a stable job that pays well, and that's a good life. I'm gonna tell you a little story that um about my dad. He was working, a normal job, like corporate, earning a salary. And then my uncle told me that his brother, told me that he said to him, like, he doesn't want to do this job anymore, even though he was really good at his job. Because 6 months after starting his job, he got a promotion. Like, he was really good at whatever he was doing at the time. But then he just went to his older brother, my uncle, and was like, I don't want to earn a salary. I want to be paying salaries. Okay. And then he built his empire, and he built his dream or whatever idea or business that he had. He built it and he made it happen. I was reading Second Samuel chapter, I don't remember, but a very early chapter. I'm early on in that book. I'm trying to read the story of just King David. But in that chapter, it's something that just kept like coming to my head is that God is the way. He is the way. Like, I understand. I'm just beginning to and fully understand what it means when they say like God is the way. He is the way, and there is always a way. And God isn't one, like, just is not a static God. He's like very dynamic. Like, his plan will happen. How it happens, which path it takes, and what he's got to do, he can mix and match and stuff like that. Like, why? What I mean when I say that is, like, let's say you feel like you were supposed to be a nurse, but instead of studying to be a nurse, you decided you want to study actuarial science. But then when you realize you want to study to be a nurse, you feel as though maybe you wasted time, or you stepped away from that purpose, or that plan to be a nurse, or that dream to be a nurse, and you feel like you wasted time, but you didn't. Because in that way of you studying AXI, something there will definitely be used to make you be the nurse that you're destined to be. You know what I mean? Like, whatever path you choose, because again, life is in your hands, and how life plays out is definitely based on the choices that you make for yourself. So whatever you choose to do, with God's guidance, with God's help, you will get there. No matter what life you no matter life, no matter what route you take, how many times you start over, how many times you change your mind, you will get to where you need to be. Another thing, you can have a certain goal in your life, and that can change. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to start over. When I was young, I had this big dream that when America was still like a place where people wanted to go. Now, never, never. I do not want to go there. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. That place is literally the devil's playground. And with what's happening now, the devil is literally the president. So, like, there's a lot going on there. But when America was still like an appealing place to go to, I remember when I was young, I had this big dream that I wanted to be the biggest pop star ever. That when I was 18, I was gonna go study at UCLA and build my career in Los Angeles and wah 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 wah, and get to the point where I wanted to be. But then that all changed. Now I don't want to be a pop star. I don't think I do. No, I don't want to be a pop star. I don't want to be the person that's singing and performing, but I'm holding a mic in another way. You see what I mean? Like, things change. Things change. And yes, I'm comparing it to like my childhood dreams, because it's like that's all I can compare it to. I'm not like 30 and I can compare my life experiences to my 20s or something. Like I'm only 21, you know? So life is no linear thing. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to start over. But one thing you cannot stop doing is dreaming. But don't let your dreams stay dreams. That is my biggest fear. And that's why it will never happen. That my dreams or my ideas stay dreams. I literally, like, not literally, but I'm like, I itch at just the idea of everything that I've written down in my notes, for me to look at them and still be looking at them as ideas instead of maybe ticking off each thing that I've accomplished. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. Hate, I would hate to feel like I didn't do all I can to achieve all that I can. And there's no other plan. It's only plan A. Have a safety net, not a plan B. Focus on plan A. There is always a way. Going back to me talking about like he is the way, just like the way. There is a way. There is always a way. And if one way failed, fine. How do you learn from that way? What do I need to learn from that way? What do I repeat? What do I not repeat? How do I upgrade? How do I prevent from downgrading? Like, fine. That's one path crossed out. There's something. This is. I can't really put it in the context of path, so I'm going to use it in the context of the way that I know this quote to be, which is that the the people that you date, well, it was pertaining to heartbreak, but every person that breaks your heart is a person closer to the one that's meant for you. So let me try put it in the context of this dreams. Every path that didn't work out is a path closer to the one that you're truly meant to be on. Because if you know what you're not supposed to be, if you know where you're not supposed to be and which path you're not supposed to be on, it brings you more clarity as to which path you should now be on, which path you should now follow, and so on and so forth. So there is a way. Do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on your dreams. Winners are losers who tried one more time. Winners are losers who tried one more time. Try one more time. You lose nothing from trying, but you gain everything from trying. If you take a L, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. If it's a W, you bask in it because it was built on L's. Nothing in this life that's like successful is like just successful. There's been pitfalls, there's been troughs and peaks, and just a whole lot of this roller coaster energy and vibe that needed to happen in order for you to maybe reach a specific top. For people that choose to climb Mount Everest, to reach that peak, that pinnacle for them is the biggest achievement. So think of that, your top of the mountain moment. It's going to take a lot of work and maybe falling, maybe getting hurt, maybe doing this, or just smoothly going just for you to reach that top. I posted a quote one day where I was like, life is like Candy Crush. And it is. There's each level that you achieve. Some levels you're going to pass with ease, just 3 stars, golden, one try, done. There's some levels that are going to be difficult, but that you also pass easily, one try, done. There's going to be levels that are either difficult or easy compared to the difficult ones. And you're going to have to try again and again and again. Your lives are going to run out. You're going to have to wait and recuperate for a while. But then what do? You try again and again until you pass, and you just keep elevating and keep growing. If you stay stagnant, you stay still. There is no movement whatsoever. But if you just keep trying, even if it's just an inch by an inch, and 1% every day is 365%. So if you put in 1% every day, 1%, I'm not even saying 100%. If you put in 1% every day into building yourself or your dream or whatever it is, building, whatever it is that you want to build, but in building, you will be 365 times better the next year. Just from putting 1% every day. I got the book, I got that kind, I'm paraphrasing that quote, but it's from the book Atomic Habits. Like, do not diminish your dreams. Do not dream small. If you are going to be a fellow person on this podcast, small dreamers are not allowed here. Small thinkers are not allowed here. And sorry, there was something else flying in my face. And something, I forgot what I was going to say because I'm being distracted by this bug. I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. Like, bugs are annoying. Like, who likes a bug? Bugs have a purpose? Yes, they do, somewhere in the ecosystem and environment. But like, I don't like bugs. They just bite, and I don't know what will happen if they bite me. And me, when I get bitten by things, yo, my skin, guys, it looks great now. But as a kid, before I found out what works and what doesn't work for my skin, I was always that child breaking out in something: ringworms, hives, rash, allergy reaction, just something. So now I could only imagine if a bug bites me, how the hell that would break loose with all of that. But yeah, this is one dream of mine that I'm building on: unsolicited opinions. And I am so grateful for the 100. We're almost at 200 subscribers. I am grateful for each and every single one of you that have been with me through this year journey. This is one of my dreams. I don't know how big this is going to be, but I know it's going to be big. And now that it's a year old, in the second year that we're stepping into, I'm definitely going to be more intentional, and I'm definitely going to stop doing it for the sake of it picking up an algorithm and becoming popular. That's what I did, actually. If I'm reflecting back on why I did some of the things, I always liked the concept of like quotes of the day because it's motivating. But when I say intentional, the intention that I had when I did that was like, how can I make this podcast stay relevant or gain traction or have a post every day? Because that's what all the TikTok people say, right? Post every day, post as much as you can to get this as fast as you can. And that's just like, it's like it's like fast food culture but with like content creation. Things that I feel like are built so quickly don't really last long. So I don't want that to be the case for me. When I post a quote of the day now, it'll be because I am trying to give you guys something to motivate you, encourage you, uplift you, or whatever connotation and emotion is associated with that quote I'm saying. That's what I want to give to you. That's the intention that I have, to make your day, to start your day or end your day whenever you watch that quote, but have it be like intentional, basically. But yeah, quotes of the days, I'm still going to be doing that because I remember in school, at my school in the morning when we'd have lineup, when we would do prayer for the day and quote of the day, it would just be like a little way to like start your day, you know? Maybe you need that little pick me up. So that I'll keep posting that. But with the episodes, I haven't posted in a very long time. But that's because of a creative block, feeling like all my episodes were the same, redundant, boring, and I didn't want to give that to you. I just saw that there's a light here. Oh my gosh, the amount of ambiance I could create. Hold on. Okay, wait, gotta turn it. Oh, I cannot even see myself no more. And it's like shining this way. I don't like it. But now we know what to do for next time to create more like lighting and ambiance. Oh my gosh, guys. This new location is the shit. Shout out to the guy that told me about this room. Well, shout out to my Barbie. Hi. He had this idea that I just like, change the scenery a little bit, which is something I've always wanted to do, but I just didn't know where to go. A and B, I was always gonna be like shy of like, oh, what if people are looking at me while I'm filming? But now I'm like, so what? So what? You can look at me. I'm pretty. I know it's a good view in it. But yeah, I'm really loving this space. And this honestly, this is feeling like growth to me. This is a real raw in real life, in real time moment. Like filming in this space, changing the scenery, like we're no longer looking at the wall of my room or my space, but we're looking at something different. To me, this is growth because this is something that I wanted to like add to my like little milestone list of like making the podcast what it's supposed to be. And one of the things was to be in this like little comfy cozy space. I didn't even know it was a couch. I thought it was just gonna be like a chair and it was gonna look so like sterile. But now we can be comfortable and cozy and actually have this conversation between the two of us. I love it so much. Honestly, glory to God. God, all the glory and adoration and honor and praise belongs to you for this little moment right now. Cause wow. Wow. Also, when you're building your dreams, use your resources. You have everything you need right now to achieve what you need to achieve in the future, whether that be mental things, whether that be resourceful things, like materialistic things, like it's around you. Use your environment, apply your mind. What do I have? The mic that I keep using to hold, it's in here. I've always wanted something like a handle to hold, and I've always had this one, but I was like, I'm only gonna use this once I have the Rode insert because I didn't think to put my little mic inside. But now look, using my resources, women in STEM, clock it. But yeah, man, it's happy birthday, unsolicited opinions. I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for starting this. I'm proud of myself for not giving up on it. I'm proud of myself for wanting it to be better and continuing to put effort into it to make it something great one day. It's great now, but when I say something great one day, I mean like upgraded, leveled up, and shit. And I cannot wait to see where this will be when it's 2 years old. Especially because I'm going into it with a new mindset. Like, guys, I have to be a rich auntie. I have a nephew to spoil. So subscribe, share, follow, watch the damn thing, the full episode. Like, let's collect these coins. I need to start collecting these coins because my little nephew needs to be spoiled rotten. Like, from the minute he can understand, like, people and things, which I'm sure will be like when he's around, like, what? Well, let me just not say understand, but like remember, like have good memory of those things and of people and stuff like that. Like, I feel like when you're 3, 4 years old, that's when you can start like being fully conscious, I guess. So yeah, from the moment he's that age, we have 3 to 4 years. I'm telling you guys now. When you share with your friends, say, guys, go watch this episode. We have 3 to 4 years to make her like the richest auntie ever. Cause that baby boy is gonna be spoiled by me. Yo, guys, I'm so excited to be an aunt. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'm not my brother's only sibling, but I'm going to be that child's favorite. I love him so much. Ugh, I love that little man. I love that little man. I love that little man. And he will be shown love. He will be shown love in all forms, in materialistic things, in emotional and mental and spiritual. He will be shown all the love. And in order for that to happen, I need to start collecting a check here. Them coins need to start collecting, Pookie. Yes. Yeah. But I feel like we've done a good little catch up. Moral of this story is we have to make Naledi rich auntie. And number two is dream big. Be delusional in your dreaming, be big in your dreaming, and have God there, because if God is there, then nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Without him, not everything is possible. Like, there's just some things that you cannot make happen in your own capacity, period. But with him, the sky's the limit, and the sky has no limit. You know, it took me a while to actually understand that. Like, the sky's the limit. Like, the sky is space. When you look from the ground up, you're looking into space. Like, there's not this like sky that's like covering you. You know what I mean? Like, at night the earth is like see-through. The sky is see-through because you see into the universe. There is no limit. Don't reach for the star, don't reach for the moon, because that's a limit. There's a distance in that. The sky is the limit. The space in space is the limit, and it's infinite. So that is why the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Dream big. Go get them. Go get your dreams. Prove every hater wrong. Prove all the people who told you to be realistic wrong. Like, show them why they should, instead of underestimating you and dimming down your dreams, why they should be focusing on theirs that's collecting dust. Okay? Ambition, have that. Hunger for your dreams, have that. But don't work yourself like a dog. Hustle culture is a very dangerous thing. Don't work yourself like a dog. And me personally, I don't want to work like a dog all my life. What? When I reach a certain point in my life, I want to enjoy my wealth. Like, even this thing of like when people tell me like CEOs and things like that, like they just don't have time in the day. Not I. I will be a CEO to change that. I will have time to enjoy my wealth. I've been busting my butt for, I don't know how long it will be until I reach that point, but I've been busting my butt. And then you're telling me that I need to bust my butt even more now? Nah. Build a good system, have a good team, and you should be thriving well. Everybody should be able to live their life and enjoy it, savor it in every way, which way possible. I realized this entire time I haven't been looking at you guys. I've been looking at myself. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry I haven't been making eye contact with you guys. Oy vey. Oh well. At least for episode 2, I will remember to look at you. See, I haven't done this in a long time. I even forgot to look at you guys. So the whole episode, I'm just warning you guys now. Warning. This whole episode, I will not be looking at you guys because a bitch forgot that the camera is not on the screen. The camera's on the camera. But I love you all so very much. I hope you guys enjoy your day. And I hope that you celebrate, go celebrate Unsolicited Opinions' first birthday on my behalf too. Am I gonna celebrate? Celebrate seems like a very big word, but I'm probably gonna do something, it's just a little treat or something. But go celebrate. The pod is a year old. However you want to celebrate, go celebrate. But I love you. I love you all so much, like as a brother, sister in Christ. Because I don't know you to love you, duh. But like, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for your support. May we continue to grow in this next year and be bigger and better people and a close knit community. And comment, like, share, subscribe, follow on YouTube and Spotify, because this podcast is also available on Spotify. And yeah, I love you all very much. Mwah, 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 mwah. God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye.